Most people assume that as systems grow, they become freer, more scale, more efficiency, more room to move. At first glance, that feels obvious. Nothing looks blocked, nothing looks constrained, everything still appears open. But this intuition fails in a very specific way. Growth doesn't remove options all at once. It adds pressure first, not pressure you notice immediately, and not pressure that breaks anything. The system still works, all paths still exist, but the space they operate in quietly changes. As scale increases, choices don't disappear. They crowd, paths move closer together, viable routes begin to overlap. The cost of deviating rises, not because deviation is forbidden, but because it stops making sense. Nothing is blocked, but fewer options feel usable. At this stage, efficiency starts to appear. One route becomes smoother, clearer, easier to justify. No one forces this choice. No rule demands it. But once efficiency emerges locally, choosing otherwise begins to feel irrational. Over time, the efficient path reinforces itself. It becomes the default, not by mandate, but by continuity. Other paths still exist. They aren't closed, they just lose relevance. Reversal would require paying a cost that no single participant wants to absorb. The system hasn't failed, it has settled. This is not greed, it's not corruption, it's not bad policy or bad actors. Nothing is breaking, nothing is malfunctioning. The system is calm, predictable, and operational. What you're seeing is structure under load. This state has a name: compression. Compression is what happens when growth creates vertical pressure, narrowing which choices remain viable even though nothing is formally removed. Freedom doesn't vanish, it becomes expensive, and once a system is compressed, its paths don't remain equal. Differences begin to matter, outcomes begin to diverge, not because anyone decides who should win, but because compressed systems start selecting for what fits best. That's what comes next. Compression doesn't look like failure, it looks like stability, and that's exactly why it's so easy to miss.